Hey guys, OHG here, and I wanted to come to you with a different type of video today. I've done quite a few videos using the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and there was something that somebody said about someone else in the FGC that has me puzzled, I guess. People are accusing Maximilian dude, who I love his content. Dude is so positive and such a great force for fighting games in general. Um, People are accusing him of having what's called toxic positivity. And I know this because I've been accused of the same thing as it pertains to really anything Mortal Kombat related, but more so specifically with this collection. Um, a lot of people have said this game is bad, and I've been called a shill and things of that nature. Um, People are shocked that I'm not paid by the developers when I come to talk about this game. But look, I genuinely love this collection. Um, there are issues. I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that there's input latency issues. I'm not disputing that there should be some ports that are glaringly missing. Um, but look, there's two sides to this coin. We as creators are lucky to be in contact with some of these developers. Okay, I'm not gonna hide that I've been an avid visitor of the Digital Eclipse Discord server. I've suggested things. Um, I've tried to keep the attitude positive. Let me just do a quick MK3 run while I'm doing this, talking this. Um, but I've been accused of being a shill and just hyping up a game even though it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I think there are shortcomings that are being addressed slowly but surely. Keep in mind we are only what 3 4 months into this game's life cycle. So I'm not hitting the panic button, but I know plenty of my contemporaries are, and I'm not gonna say you're ridiculous for hitting the panic button because you spent the money. You didn't get a game that you felt was to your standards, but guess what? I did too. And even though the game is not in the perfect state that we thought it would be in, it's still playable. We still have it, and you know, um, we should celebrate it while it's here because in many cases, games like this would be lost to time. Okay, so these people, in my opinion, are doing the Elder Gods work and making sure we still have classic combat at our fingertips. Now, does it concern me that K4 was not on the Switch card and then I had to download it? Not really. I've been updating my games since the PlayStation 3 days. It's not that hard. If you don't have working internet, go down to a McDonald's or something or a public library, do the update. Takes like 2 minutes. Um, or probably a neighbor has Wi-Fi um, that you can ask politely to use, but it's not the end of the world to have to update a game. Um, but guys, I'm gonna be honest with you and say the old Spider-Man cliche: with great power comes great responsibility. And what I mean by that in these terms is we have unprecedented access to game developers, celebrities, music artists, whatever we want, thanks to what I call the blessing and curse of social media. And, you know, these people, these developers, are working as hard as they can to get us a game that is functional and the hard reality about video games these days. Pardon me, I was putting the move list on the thing. The hard thing that we have to understand is that we live in the day and age that no game is ever complete. There is always going to be a day one patch for something. Always. Okay. Now, be grateful. Now I'm dating myself. I'm almost 40 years old. I'll be 40 years old come the end of March. Okay? Be grateful that you don't live in the day and age that I did, where if we got a broken game, that was it. We had to deal with what was on the cartridge or the disc, and that was it. There was no ability to patch. There was you had the game and that was it. And when it released again with all the fixes, they released the game again at full price. Mm. And you were stuck having to pay that unless you wanted to keep your broken mess of a game. I'm looking at you, Capcom, with your 13,000 ports of Street Fighter 2. Um, but yeah, I believe that we have a responsibility as, as people to be courteous to developers or anyone on social media. It's a question of decency at the end of the day. You might be upset or feel like you're swindled. It's okay. It's okay to feel that way. You are completely valid. You spent the money. You felt like you didn't get what you paid for, but it's not okay to go on Twitter, go on a developer's Discord, and say you're a bunch of liars, this, that, and the other. Um, when Digital Eclipse has been, I feel, more than transparent with us. You know, we didn't get this level of transparency from WB. It was radio silence for months when it came to matters of Mortal Kombat 1. Okay? Ed Boon, we were wondering if Ed Boon was even alive. So, um, my advice to you guys is if you're gonna be in a Discord or contacting somebody on Twitter, it's clear that I can't talk and play at the same time. It's okay, we're about to end the video. But if you are following somebody on Twitter or you're in their Discord and you have something to say, just make sure that it's constructive and you're not coming in there yelling and screaming and saying that they're liars and threatening them with class action lawsuits. Yeah, that's a new one. Be nicer to these guys because they have a job. They are doing it to the best of their ability. They have other things that they're also working on. They have lives outside of development or whatever the case may be with whomever you are trying to contact. Um, as far as being toxic positive and calling Max, of all people, toxic positive, Max just wants to see the good for all things fighting games. And I think we all do. Fighting game fans are about to eat good over the next few months or so. We have Avatar coming. 2XKO, albeit it might be on life support already, we don't know. 2XKO is out. Fatal Fury is, going into its second season. Street Fighter is about to be in its third season with Alex's release. Um, Marvel Tokon is coming in August. I mean, we're about to eat good, so we should want the best for our genre, and we need to be courteous to the people that make the games, even though it might not turn out the way we want it to. It also might not turn out the way they want it to because of the constraints that they're under, thanks to the publishers of the games. That being said, guys, let me know if you agree with anything that I said. Let me know if you disagree. I'm here for all types of um, constructive criticism and discourse if need be. But do let me know what you think down in the comments below. Am I right? Am I wrong? You can call me a shill. I don't care. I love the Legacy collection. I've got, what, one, two, three, four copies, excluding my physicals that are behind me. Um, but yes, you can call me whatever you want. I don't care. But I'm always G. Always remember, as long as you have 5 fingers and a belief in yourself, you can do whatever you set your mind to. I'll see you in the next video.